We love boxing. All right, y'all, I had to make this video. Out of concern and some boredom, I just had to make this video. It's about a boxer that I think has a lot of potential and who is entertaining to follow. Adrien Jerome Broner, better known as Adrien the Problem Broner. 3-time world champion by the age of 23. All right, now he had the WBA belt at welterweight, and we know Maidana took that belt from him. He had the WBC belt at lightweight, and he was stripped of that belt, or rather, he went up in weight and never came back down. And he held the WBO belt at super featherweight, in which he was stripped of that belt or didn't pay sanction fees, or really he just moved up in weight or couldn't make the weight. Now we know Adrien Broner has a big monumental bout against John Molina Jr. It's monumental because of the great works Heyman is trying to put together for us for bringing boxing back to NBC, or maybe it's ABC, I'm not sure, with PBC, I think it's Premier Boxing Channel, something like that. And we got to stay on Heyman about keeping this up, keeping up the good bouts and matchups that need to happen and the ones that the people want to see. And I'm so glad that 78 did that interview with Keith Thurman and shed some light on the Heyman contract. See, everybody talking all this shit. Heyman is a mastermind. Al Heyman, my cousin. Anyway, but until the next PBC broadcast, thank you, Al Heyman. Now, this card on March 7th will premiere one-time Keith Thurman versus Robert the Ghost Guerrero and Adrien Broner versus John Molina Jr. Now, on to the true purpose of this video. All right. Adrien Broner. AB, baby. He's 29-1 with 22 KOs. And he is going against quite possibly the hardest, most vicious right-handed puncher to date for him at the created and codified catchweight class of 140, which now we call either junior welterweight or super lightweight. Now that opponent, John Molina Jr., I'm not going to bring up none of their prior competition, none of that. But according to BoxRec, now I'm rounding these percentages up that I'm about to tell you, and y'all can easily see them yourselves. Broner has a 71% KO percentage, and John Molina Jr. has a 69% KO percentage. So we can expect some sort of fireworks in this matchup. Now Broner, he's very entertaining in my opinion. When I look at him, he reminds me of those silly yet very likable and able kids at fight camp or at grappler camp. He reminds me of a little brother. The kid has charisma. He's funny. He can be foolish at times, but you know what, young man, what young man isn't foolish and doesn't make immature mistakes at times. As long as he isn't hurting himself or people, or the people outside of the ring, I really don't give a damn what he does. Now, but inside the ring, this is where my concern comes in. This is where my fear, my care for Adrien Broner comes into play. The dude is naturally gifted. And after the Maidana fight, we found out that he could take a punch. We found out he has a decent chin. We found out he has some heart, too. He has some heart to complete a match, especially after he got up and he finally, even though it took him the whole damn fight, he finally adjusted to Maidana and started to win some rounds late. Started to win back some morale. But Broner. I like him, y'all. I really do. And this is my problem. No pun intended. This is my problem with Broner. As a coach, I'm a coach, y'all. It hurts to see. It's tragic to see a young star with so much potential not seem to be able, or how can I word it? It's worrying when you see someone who has a lot of potential who can live up to better, possibilities, and the ultimatum to the highest level, not seem to be living up to it. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't seem to be living up to his potential. He can speak, he has presence, he has natural and innate abilities in the ring. But he doesn't seem 1,000% focused on boxing. I know he's young, but so what? Boxing is, was, and forever will be filled with tons of stars, tons of young stars who will do exceedingly well, or who will plateau, or who will not live up to their true greatness. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I see clips of him, Broner, he's gallivanting around, he's joking, he's dancing, he's laughing, he's playing, he's smiling. Y'all know how y'all say he got his swag turned up, but that shit will not help you in the ring. Your swag can be the best on the planet, but you bet your bottom dollar, come hell or high water, that dude over in the other corner don't give a rat's ass about your swag. He doesn't. He's looking forward to knocking that swag in your head right into the third row, especially with Broner, because he's popular and he's confident in himself. People are looking for him to lose. People want to knock his teeth right out of his mouth. And I can understand their sentiment, but he's a young man. He's successful. You want to beat him up because he feels good about himself. But people can legally do that in the ring. People can legally do that in the ring. And yes, we know you can get away with all that silly stuff, Broner, because you have talent and skill. But for how long? How long? How long? How long, Broner? Until what the great trainer, brother Nassim Richardson said, when your reflexes, we'll know you're great, when your reflexes slow down, or if you get stunned in the ring, or age starts to settle upon you, we'll know you're great when you have to rely on your learned skill, your ring intellect, when you have to rely on the special techniques that you practice over and over at the gym in your mind to be able to get through a tough match, to be able to overcome an opponent who might on paper supposed to beat you. AB, about boxing. AB, about billions, about the beard. I got a beard. I'm about the beard too. I'm about the billions too, and I'm about boxing. So AB, I feel you. Adrien Broner. Me personally, I get on here and I talk trash about you, Adrien Broner. This part specifically for him. I talk trash about you, but not you as a person, but you as the boxer who in there playing, man. Man, you are one KO, one knockout, one tiger uppercut from being extinct. I'm not saying you can't come back if it does happen, but look, just take this fight with Molina Jr. serious, please. I'm begging you. Take this shit serious, and from here on out, take all the rest of your fights serious and train like you never trained before. And this is the part right here that may not be Broner's fault. See, Broner, he needs some trainers. He needs some newer methods. He needs some people around him who aren't just yes men, who are going to be honest with this young man, with this budding star, and really get in there and show him some elite level boxing. Teach him some elite level skills that at least if you don't catch on, he can adapt and make it his own thing, something. He already has natural born talent. And I know he's smart enough to learn and apply it with skills. All he needs is some higher level training. Someone who's going to whip this kid into great shape, show him how to move his feet while he's in the shell, show him how to counter off the ropes, show him some slick tricks, show him some rolling parries, show him some footwork to get him in and out, of clinches. Someone to up his conditioning so he can throw 5, 6, 7, 8 punch combos and spurts. Someone that could have him to where he could spurt real hard in certain parts of the fight when he needs extra points. Someone who's going to show him some decent head movement. We need someone to show him how to instinctively add or take some things out of that damn shell if he's going to use it. If y'all can remember, Broner didn't always use the shell. He was more of a reflexive, explosive, animal-like type of fighter, instinctual. It kind of reminds you of a Roy Jones. And I appreciated that style. But Sweet Pea, B-Hop, Archie Moore, Mayweather, Senior and Junior, the list goes on. They all had or have special things that they added or took away from their shells to make it unique for them. So someone please show Broner that if he insists on using the shell the way he does, show him some extra guidelines, some extra ins and outs for his shell. Show him some trick punches, whatever. And I know the people that are with him now probably been down with him for a while. And I'm a big advocate. I'm probably one of the biggest advocates of having your father in your corner. But, you know, your father, it's your legacy is in your son. And if you have anybody in your corner, you just got to have your father there. But aside from that, Broner needs a high level trainer who could get him to the highest level. He needs someone who's going to implement a fitness and diet plan to keep his ass near his weight. He needs some sort of, old school like trainer who can be a father figure, a teacher, a trainer, a disciplinarian, all in one. Y'all seen the movies, y'all seen Rocky, you've read the stories, and you've seen these real life figures, Emmanuel Stewart, all these dudes. Cause the Broner, the kid got juice, but his cup is half full, in my opinion. Now, obviously, this video is about Broner, and I do think he could easily outbox Molina Jr., but not without hard work. And to tell you the truth, to show you how much tough love I have for Broner, I'm still betting against the cat until I see some videos or new trainers of him training harder or some sort of improvement in this next fight he has with Molina. Now, the only time I bet against Broner was with Maidana. I sure did. I bet against Broner with Maidana. And with Molina Jr., you daggone right. This is my second time doing so, even though I like Broner. But he has to show and prove to me. And Molina Jr., he ain't that skilled. He's awkward. I mean, he has a kind of a how can you say, off-tempo rhythm, but the Joker swings for the gates, man. He has a right hand that could bring you down at any time in the fight. Ask Matisse, ask Mickey Bay, ask Lundy, Hank Lundy. I think it's a game now. Think it's a game. It's not a game, Broner. Same thing make you laugh will make you cry. And I see these articles online. I know y'all see them all the time. I saw one that said Broner will KO Molina Jr. or Broner has his eyes set on KO Molina Jr. I didn't see any quotes in the article. And sometimes I think these media sites say these things just to get into the boxers' heads, just to get into the fans' heads. And they know Broner is young. And they know that he's the type of guy that doesn't need praise because he has a higher probability of being foolish with it or letting it go to his head, literally, or letting the praise make him, as my old coach would say, fat, dumb, and sassy. Now, I don't want to sound like a fanboy or an estranged family member or uncle or anything. I'm just concerned and a bit agitated, to be honest with you. Now, Broner, you better get it together, man. Stay prosperous. Train like you never trained before. And keep elevating your training. Get some better people around you. Stay focused and come in this fight for blood, man. I mean, you don't have to prove nothing, but we want to see you win convincingly so we know you're ready for the next level. So people like me can know that we can bet on your ass. And this ain't no game, man. This is your career. This is your livelihood. Your greatness is at stake. All right? All right, no. Well, I hope AB proves me wrong. If he makes the proper adjustments, he will prove me wrong. And then I plan on betting in his favor for his next fights. What we'll see will be. Peace out. We love boxing.